class today. In the previous class, you studied about the different modes of nutrition. What is nutrition? So there are two types of nutrition you have studied. One is autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic of nutrition means what? The plant, the organism which produces its own food. Okay, that is called as autotrophic, and heterotrophic means which depends upon other for their food. They are called as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Next we studied how the autotrophic mode of plant, that is example I gave for autotrophic of nutrition, that is the plants. So how they prepare the food? By the process of photosynthesis. So today let us learn about other modes of nutrition. So I told that in photosynthesis process, the plants have the green pigment called as chlorophyll. For that sake they will be having the green in color, and it is the more important component which is required for preparation of the food. But in some plants the chlorophyll will be not present. Then how they will prepare the food? So they will not prepare the food. For that sake this type of nutrition is what we are learning today. It is called as heterotrophic type of nutrition. So they are not having the chlorophyll to prepare the food. So first we will consider here there are some plants which do not have chlorophyll. They use the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. As I told that if the chlorophyll is not present, they cannot prepare their own food. So they are called as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So example I am taking for this today is the cuscuta. Cuscuta means it is a plant in which it depends upon the other plant to take the whatever the nutrients is there, and it will survive. So here you can see the plant here in the picture I have shown. Here the plant, on the plant it has grown like thread-like structure has been grown on that one. So it sits on that one and it takes all the nutrients whatever it wants to survive. So here it takes ready-made food. Ready-made food means, for example, when plant is there, on the plant it will climb on that one and it will take the ready-made food from that one, the plant on which it is climbing. So the plant on which it climbs is called as host. Okay, so the plant whichever is there which is giving the nutrients, okay, so they are called as the host, and for that sake on which it climbs is called as the host. Next, since it deprives the host of the valuable nutrients, cuscuta is called as parasite. So as it is getting the nutrients from the other plants sitting, climbing on that one, for that sake they are called as the parasite. So understood? Parasite means what? Here the organism which depend upon the other to take the nutrients from the ready-made food from them is called as parasite. And you may think that we human beings, animals are called as parasites. Can you think they are called as parasite? No, they are not called as parasite. We are not parasite. Why? Because we will depend on the plants for taking the food from them, but we will not sit on them to take the ready-made food. So here the example I think you have understood here about the parasite. Parasite means what here? The plant which depend on the other for getting the ready-made food will be there. Now they are called as the parasite. Next, here another example will take for that one, that is called as the pitcher plant. Can you see here the pitcher plant? So the pitcher plant is a jug-like structure and is when the insects go and sit inside that whatever the cup-like structure, jug-like structure is there, it will stick inside that towards the whatever the hair is present. For that, the hair, inside the pitcher plant there are hair which entangle. Entangle means it will help to trap the inside the jug-like structure of the pitcher plant. Next, what happens? The lid closes and the insect is trapped and killed by the juices secreted and the nutrients are absorbed. So when that insect goes and sit inside that jug-like structure, that whatever the open lid will be there, it will close like this. When it closes, it will make that insect to be killed and it secretes the juice whatever is there by the insects and it will get the juicer, that is the nutrients which is required by the plants. So such insect eating plants are called as what? Insectivorous plant. So here these are the two types of mode of nutrition which depend upon the others for getting the nutrients for survival of their life. So let us continue the next class about the another concept about the other mode of nutrition. Thank you, children. Children, let us continue the class today. In the previous class, we studied about the parasites and insectivorous plants. So there are the other modes of nutrition where it is a heterotrophic type of nutrition. So let us today continue with another type of mode of nutrition, that is saprotrophic type of nutrition. Before that, you might have seen the packets of mushrooms packed in the vegetable markets you have seen. Okay. Then next afterwards, you might have seen in the humid or the hot in the rainy season on your shoes. When it is kept in the moist place for the longer time, you have seen the white patches grown on that one. Okay. Then afterwards on your school bags and on your clothes, okay, white patches. What all are this? This is nothing but it is called as fungus. So here the fungi have different mode of nutrition. First, they absorb the nutrients from the bread. You would have seen the bread, children. Okay, when you keep for longer time, what happens? So you have seen, I have brought the picture here. You can see the bread. Okay, the black color patches you can see in this one. What is that? They are nothing but it is fungus which is grown on the bread when you keep for the longer time. Means it will take the nutrients from the bread to grow on that one or for the survival. So for that sake, absorb the nutrients from the bread. So this mode of nutrition in which organism take in nutrients from dead and decaying matter are called as saprotrophic type of nutrition. Means this type of organism, that is fungus or what is that? The mushrooms and all, it will grow on dead and decaying matter for getting the nutrition. So that type of nutrition is called saprotrophic type of nutrition. They not only example, we can take the fungus will grow on the shoes or anything there. It may grow. The fungi may also grow on pickles. Then leather shoes, then bags and all. Then clothes that are in a hot and humid weather for the longer time. So when it is exposed for the longer time, it is hot and humid climate, this type of fungus will grow for getting the nutrients. So that type of nutrition is called as saprotrophic type of nutrition. I think you have understood that one, what is sapro type of nutrition. Let us continue. Another concept here we can learn here, that is symbiosis. So what is the meaning of symbiosis? Some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrients. This relationship is called as symbiosis. Means here some organisms will be there, they will not prepare their own food. So what they will do? They will feed on the other organism for getting the food, and other organism is there now. So they depend upon each other for getting the nutrients. So that relation is called as symbiosis. So example I took here lichens. Okay, lichens are the organism in which alga and fungus live together. Here alga makes what we call as the patchy. In rainy season or in the near the pond second green like structure will be there now. That is called as alga. Alga is a autotrophic type of nutrition because as it is green in color, it has the chlorophyll and it prepares its own food by the process of what? We have studied now. It is photosynthesis. So actually what happens here? I have brought the picture here. You can see in the rainy season you might have seen that the patches are grown on the woods, that is on the trees. So this is alga. What you can see is it is an alga and the fungus also will present in this one. So what happens? This alga and fungus will depend one upon the other. This alga what it does? It will give the food for the fungus and fungus will provide the shelter, nutrients which is required for the alga. So they depend one upon the other for the survival, both the organism, that is the alga and the which one? Fungus. So this relationship is called as what? That is the symbiosis. Understood children? So here we have studied here the two concepts here. Another one example you can take for this symbiosis. So here I told that in photosynthesis process the plants need all the nutrients for the preparation of food. That is it will prepare carbohydrates also, and where they will get the proteins. These proteins are nothing but the nitrogen content they want for the to grow. So you can see that nitrogen is plentiful, is present in the atmosphere, but directly that nitrogen cannot be taken. At that time what happens? Near the root nodules of the plant, this leguminous plant, one bacteria will be there that is called as Rhizobium. So Rhizobium bacteria is there now. It is present in the root nodules because it cannot prepare its own food. So which will provide the nutrients for the food for the plants will prepare. And Rhizobium work is what? It will take the nitrogen from the atmosphere and it converts it into usable form and it uses the nitrogen nutrient for the plants. So here what you can observe? The Rhizobium bacteria will give the nitrogen content for the plant and the food is given for the Rhizobium as it cannot prepare the food. So this relation is called as what? This relation also is called as the symbiosis process there because they depend one upon the other for preparation of the food. This is the another example we can give for the symbiosis process. So today we have learned here the two concepts here, that is the saprotrophic type of nutrition. So saprotrophic means what? The organism which depend upon dead and decaying matter for their nutrients is called as saprotrophic type of nutrition. And symbiosis means some organism live together and they depend one upon the other for survival. So this relation is called as symbiosis process. So in the next class we will learn the another concept based on this chapter. Thank you children. Hi children, let us continue the class today. This is the last topic of this lesson. So the last topic is the how nutrients are replenished in the soil. So you understand the heading properly. Replenished. Replenished means what? To put once again. That is, you know that when they grow the crops and all, the farmers, they will be growing the different types of the crops. And if you go on growing the crops, the nutrients whatever is there in the soil get over. That is the meaning of replenished. Replenished means once again you have to put the nutrients in that one. So how to put these nutrients? So here that is the what we are going to study today. How nutrients are replenished in the soil. So plants absorb minerals and the nutrients from the soil. The previously I have studied that for preparation of the food, plant needs the nutrients and the minerals for the photosynthesis process. Okay. Next, amount of soil keep on decline. Means when you grow again and again the crops there, at that time the fertility of the soil is there. No, it goes on declining. Declining means what? It goes on decreasing. Okay. And fertility of the soil also decreases. So at that time what we have to do? So here the two methods are there where we can replenish the nutrients for the soil. One is the artificial method. Artificial method is by using the manures. By using the manures means you will add the cow dungs. That is the gobra, shagli gobra is there. So that is called as the by using the manures. Next, by using the fertilizers. Fertilizers means they have seen in the villages and all, the farmers will be spraying the different types of fertilizers through the sprayers where it consists of nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, okay, that etc. So these all are the nutrients it can be put for the soil to increase the fertility of the soil. This is called as the artificial method. Next, the natural method. So the natural method here, I already told in the previous class about the symbiosis process where the Rhizobium bacteria is there in the nodules of the roots of the plants. So that bacteria, Rhizobium is there now, a bacterium that can take atmospheric nitrogen and convert the usable form. Means I told that the nitrogen is required for the plants to prepare the food. That is it will be in the form of proteins. Okay, proteins is nothing but the nitrogen which is required for the plants, the nutrients for preparation of the food. So where the nitrogen will be present, the nitrogen as I told that it is present vast in the atmosphere. So that directly the plants is there cannot take directly and use the nitrogen. So here for that sake the Rhizobium bacteria is there that will convert that nitrogen whatever is there in the atmosphere to the usable form. Next, this Rhizobium bacteria cannot prepare its own food. For that sake it takes the shelter in the nodules of the, that is the roots of the plant. Which root? That is lives in the roots of the legumes. Example, gram, peas, moong dal, etc. So these in this pulses they are called as the leguminous plants where the Rhizobium bacteria will be there where it converts the nitrogen into nitrates and it converts to usable form of the by the plants. And for that sake they are called as the symbiotic relationship between the plants and the Rhizobium bacteria. So like this, by the natural method we can put the nutrients for the soil. Okay, and one use is there from this natural method is that by using the fertilizers, you know that the pollution will take place in the air there by spraying that different types of chemicals and all. But in the natural method, as the Rhizobium bacteria only will convert the nitrogen into usable form, you can reduce the pollution. That is the main advantage what the natural method can be applied in replenishing of the soil. So I think you have understood this concept, that is how to replenish the nutrients in the soil. So here one method, two methods are there in this the replenishing of the soil. One is the artificial method, that is by using the manures and by using the fertilizers. Next, by the natural method, that is made by which bacteria? Rhizobium bacteria, that is present where? It will be present in the nodules of the, that is the roots of the plant, that is the leguminous plants, gram, peas, moong dal and all, and it helps the plants also for getting the nutrients, and the plants helps this Rhizobium bacteria for getting the nutrients. So that's it. The example we can give for the symbiotic relationship. I think you have understood this, the two concepts, and this is the last concept in this chapter, that is the how nutrients are replaced in the soil. So you see